as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Miami Dolphins. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Ashton Davis.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position. And to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL. But I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. Well, this defense for the Jets, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Out to his left. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there for the Dolphins. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On second down, Hurd, not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, and he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Myles Gaskin. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Now this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. Now Wilson. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off near the 29, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Let's go. Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
Let's go. 90, pull. 29. They're going to need some therapy after this. Haywood.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 28.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now Wilson. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing is Wilson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Jalen Phillips in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. 21-3 is your score after 1. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Handoff here to Nwangu. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield. He'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
At their 48-yard line.
On the give is Nwangu. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming.
It's 3rd down.
Third and short yardage, Mayfield. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. That's going to set him back 5 yards. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, Etienne. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Watch the whip.
Here's a give to Etienne. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
A gain of 3 yards. That's good.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
To throw is Wilson.
He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Let's go, defense. Alpha. Here we go. 29 is Mike.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. He sets to fire deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. And sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
First down, Mayfield.
He'll find Nwangu underneath.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They'll run now with Gaskin. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Mayfield to throw it. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson.
And the Jets are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Throw right side into the hands of Foster Moreau. A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second.
Play action. Now Wilson.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Shoves him away. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only they're controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down.
2nd and 6.
Now it's Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
And they'll run with ETN.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Zach Moss.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Jets get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Rosas good with the extra point. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now here's Baldwin. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Here's 2nd and 10.
Mayfield now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play fake. Mayfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang at Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
They go play action now. Wilson. They'll drop this one off with ETN. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Going for it, here's ETN. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This is Gaskin on the carry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Another run with Gaskin. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Now Mayfield drops this off with Nwangu. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Nwangu. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go play action. Mayfield rolling to his left. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Jerry Jeudy, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Wilson eluding the pressure right. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a big play that time by the Jets. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. 2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mayfield, and that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up a touchdown.
Jerry Jeudy, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 42, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's Gaskin. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Returning it is Moore. So holding on the return, and that's going to back him up to start the drive.
He was trying to get the job done correctly, just trying to clear a little space for his returner. Ended up getting a little too much jersey and hooked the guy, hence the flag.
They go play action with Wilson. He's going to look deep for Moore.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
He finds Corey Davis, and he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Running out of the gun with Etienne.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Play action. It's Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. From the gun, it's Wilson. This is caught by Evans. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And now here's a carry heading left. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the gun, Mayfield.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Now a throw here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. On second down, a run with Etienne. A nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it. Second into his prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll run here with Etienne. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 36. Now it's Wilson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Colton Miller, former first-round pick, called for the penalty there. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Wilson. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, it's...
And my goodness, another interception. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Following the interception, Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Looking downfield for Dobson. And unable to connect, incomplete. I give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Here's Moore on the return. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And out will come the offense as they take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Wilson's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the football, but now face second and long. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
He'll air this one out deep for Davis. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this defense will take over right at midfield. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
74 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Gaskin again on 2nd down.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Dolphins, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 1-1. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.